So this is really what we're doing today. So on the left, you see the new way. That's an online way. But we are going to do a live demo today. So, and we don't even have a PowerPoint backup. So we've got really good trust in the cloud. It's all in Azure. If it's not in Azure, it didn't happen. And on the right-hand side, that's the published results that's going out. You can download the PDF. It was uploaded last night already with a sense by the JC. And so you can page through those 200 pages, or you can ask the questions like we're going to do now. So I'm going to call on Eugene now to tell us more on this technologies. And I think this whole venture started 2 weeks ago. I told Chief Marketing Sales Willie, I want this in AI, okay? We are not the same as the rest of the people. We want this in AI. And then we started experimenting and eventually got to this solution stack. And it really came to me in the beginning of the year. I did a course at Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT in America, on artificial intelligence and all these new technologies. And there was a concept there that we learned for a week was responsible AI. So that's very important for this, because we as a company now, all that stuff on the right hand side on that slide, that is the stuff that we pull from information and we turn it into intelligence for the users on the left hand side in laptops, phones, or whatever. And so we need all these engines to responsibly give answers. And you'll see in some of the questions that we were going to ask the 4AI bot, chatbot. Also the disclaimers that you get out of there. If you ask, must I buy 4Sight shares? Okay, there's facts and then there's a disclaimer. Okay, because that's where responsible AI really comes into play now. And what we call this is MMM, multimodal models. So that's where we take a lot of models like those 5 and we pull it together to give us the answer. And that's a big concept, and especially in business. We want to ring fence that inside your domain. So that's why security is also very important for us today. That we make sure that that people inside can't ask, what is the paycheck of this guy? And get the answer. If it's lying somewhere in somebody's email in text, the system will show it, okay? If it's not protected. So the policies around that, Aldo and Wilhelm will get to that later. And that is what we implement from a BE side, is that confidence in a company as well. What is your policy with all this stuff? Because it's dangerous, but it will make you play more golf, okay? That's what I said to the guys earlier this morning. So Eugene, if you can start explaining this quickly to us.
Yeah, so when Darcy said he wants the integrated reports on AI on the website, the answer was really it's not a problem. I think the bigger question was, when do you want it? And, in business, it's always, we want it yesterday. So that didn't leave us with a lot of time to experiment with a lot of solutions, but that turned our heads directly to Microsoft Copilot. And with Microsoft Copilot, we were able to quickly put a solution together. So there was a couple of key features within Microsoft Copilot that allowed us to quickly put something together. The first one is Copilot allowing us to deploy the chatbot to various channels quite easily. So that allowed the marketing team to quickly load the chatbot on our website. And it also has built-in AI or generative AI capabilities within Microsoft Copilot. So, if you have to think about building chatbots, designing all the topics and that interaction with the end users is a time-consuming job. So with generative AI, it was quite easy for us to redirect the end user's questions, even if there's no context in terms of the question and the chatbot couldn't understand it. So that was one of the major features. And then we put something together with our files and public sources to pull the information in, and using the native Copilot AI, immediately I went to Eric van der Merwe and to get the hard questions. And we realized, especially with these types of reports, there's a lot of financial data and calculations that happens, and we need to compare various years' information, to get a good and proper result. And that really didn't give us the results we needed, and that's where we turned to OpenAI. Easily connected Copilot to OpenAI's APIs, and from there we were easily accessible to our file store. and public websites where we can pull the information, but also, most importantly, we could instruct our assistant in terms of how we input information from the chatbot and how it should interpret and give an output from what was asked by the end user to get that proper results. So at the end of the day, that's how the solution was put together with Microsoft Copilot and OpenAI, but also infusing some smart actions with Copilot, for instance, connecting it to the Microsoft Power Platform that can perform actions in the back end. For instance, if the end user wants a PDF copy of the report, it's easily just to ask the end user for the email address and then send it out through, for instance, Power Automate. So that's in short how everything fits together.
Okay, now Houston, we are now going to switch screens and go live. Okay, so that's on our website now, so it's live. And that's where you're typing your question. So if you go onto our 4Sight.cloud, you get to the landing page. That's the part of the top banner, and then you just scroll down and then you get to this bot area. So we just to start off with, people in the audience can start thinking about some questions. But this is a question with a spelling error, and so the O in woo is a 0. So let's test this. So she's thinking, Houston. She's thinking. So who's the CEO of 4Sight Holdings? I'm reading the questions. It's a bit small on people might be on phone. So the question back is, or the answer is, currently the CEO of 4Sight Holdings has been consistently listed in this role across multiple annual reports, including the 21 to 24 annual integrated report. So that's 10 out of 10, whatever. So if you ask who is Darcy Zitska, okay, copy and paste is just quicker than typing for me. Okay, so this might take some time. We can't pull up any graphics here.
Well, I think one of the last questions we can, but just also for the people, a little bit of context. So we're using ChatGPT or GPT-4o to get the best results, and that's also why the response is taking a little bit longer than normal. It's just formulating that proper response to the end user.
Okay, one thing you'll see at the bottom every time there's some sources listed there. So it's important that your audience also get your source reference back. So group CEO background, joint 4Sight Holdings, digital transformation, strategic enterprise 5.0, cloud and digital transformation. So I am a digitally transformed technologist accountant in the cloud. Okay, that's what it's saying. Corporate transparency, accountability. There's some of our bottles of hope, some of our community stuff. So it's all reading all that information from whatever we pointed it to in our bots as well. So let's ask a very technical thing here. How has the company profitably changed compared to last year? Provide me with the main indicators of the change, increased revenue growth versus cost reduction. So let's see if this is quicker than our CFO. What we did, the financial information in the PDFs was quite a challenge. So we actually provided all the financial data in a spreadsheet for all, is it 4 years, Eric? 3? 4 years. So it can read out of that in columns and structures, like an accountant. They love their Excel. So there's the full report and it's spot on. The 24 turnover that Eric just showed, 22, that 57% increase, just like on our PowerPoint slide. So there can be a PowerPoint real-time integration as well. Gross profit, operating, revenue growth. So exactly the answer that you want. Cost management, despite carrying cost of sales of 64, 4Sight managed to control operating expenses effectively. So it's really giving you some good intelligence back there as well. And now I can say, what's it? Show this in a graph. Show above. What?
Yeah, you can ask it to generate a graph, or chart.
So, chart. So it will automatically do it from the previous query or what?
Yeah, so that the bot keeps context of your chat history. So also depending on where you publish your Copilot to, for instance, in Teams, it will automatically generate the charts for you. Just because we limiting it a little bit on our website, you'll see from the previous chat there is an actual link to a chart, but specifying it to generate it, it should then create the chart for you. But sometimes, yeah, doing live demos, there might be issues. So let's see what happens.
Where is it? Applause. Okay, is it correct? Yeah, it's spot on. Yeah, cost of sales, revenue, yeah, for the years as well, 23, 22, 24 reporting. Okay. Anybody in the audience maybe with a how does the company approach forecasting and budgeting? That's like a not a real financial question, but it's a thing that we probably put in our policies. Anybody that wants to give me a question? I'll put that one in of whether you should buy shares. I'll put it in last.
Maybe what is the share price?
What is the share price? We'll ask that now. Oh, there's a lot. Strategic reviews. Okay. Financial forecasting, financial risk management policy, that's in place, medium risk, long-term growth rates, continuous monitoring, liquidity management, external, internal assurance, strategic, periodic, Okay, and that's coming out of all of our subcommittees. What do you call those documents that they all sign? The what? The committee reports, but the governance rules, frameworks, the frameworks that they operate and report in. And we've got one of our non-execs here, Douglas Ramaphosa, so he's watching over my shoulder. But I think one thing about, we're so glad that his brother is now playing in the blue ocean. Our president wants to partner now. It's only good for business. I heard this morning in the last quarter, there were less companies liquidated in South Africa than the year before. So it's really good. Where was I? So I think the reporting pulling out of here actually gives you the answers quickly instead of paging through that 200 pages, But for the people and the public out there, every listed company should have this. And I think I must get a commission cut because auditors will have a new job now. They will have to come and audit the company's internal AI bots, okay? Because I can put something in here that might sell shares, okay? What is the share price? Yeah? True, okay. The conclusion, the leverage on multi-phased strategy for cost optimization, focus on automation, cloud services, continuous assessment, proprietary technologies. We must automate everything that we do 3 times. If you do it 3 times the same, it must be automated. That's the answer of digital transformation. Okay, we didn't say what share price. Elon Musk will use all our credits up. But what is it? What's the share price? And then 12 cents. Well, that's some of the history on the repurchase on the cents announcements. Okay, it didn't give us the exact share price now. Okay, but I don't think we link to that external database anyway. Well, it's not on our website as well.
Yeah, we limited to the external.
Okay, but we'll put it on. And we'll also say good value. Okay, and then let's say this one. Should I buy 4Sight shares?
That's why it's so important to have your system, your AI's assistant instructions properly set up in terms of how it should respond and where it should get the information from.
Okay, deciding
to invest in 4Sight requires assessing both the financial statements or our revenue growth, so it's giving all the profitability, net asset value, dividends that were paid out. Innovation and IP, AI, machine learning, marketing position, financial indicators, conclusion. Based on this, there are profitability along with strategies presents a robust investment opportunity. However, there's a disclaimer. You must consult your doctor, okay? So we do that as well, very well. That's responsible AI, okay? But I think, if you can put my face on, Emil, I think the big thing here for these type of generative AIs inside your organization is, like, we're going to tell people that apply for positions to 4Sight, the old way of doing it is send me your CV. I don't want your CV anymore, okay? So you fill in your CV online like this, and based on the job description and the skills that we require, we will ask you the questions. And halfway through, we might tell you, do you really want to continue because you're only now number 10? Okay. But attach your CV anyway and conclude everything, and we will assess it. And then the system will automatically check the CV versus the real story and point out to the guy, okay, there's 6 places where your data and your CV and what you filled in online is not the same. Okay, and then we get a red light saying, this guy, there's only one version of the truth and he doesn't tell it. So, and that's a simple example where these technologies can be deployed. And we're working on that. At the end, Willie will tell you exactly the way we approach this as well for business now. Okay. Thank you very much, Eugene. Great work in 2 weeks. Wait for the next one.